Hello and welcome to Who Are You? This is a reasonably well done podcast hosted by two former strangers, now friends, that are currently watching 2004's Battlestar Galactica. I'm Jafar,
And I'm Laura.
and we've got a guest today, if you'd like to say hi.
Hi, everyone. Hello, it's me. Everyone's favorite Australian menace. Ryan is back
yeah.
here. And I've got my dukes up because there's also a certain great character who's in this episode too that I can't wait to fight about how awesome they are.
I don't know. Maybe it's not a fight today.
Of course, I'm talking about Lee, of course. We all love Lee, actually. That's this show's name.
We love
Love
Lee.
Lee.
Merch coming soon.
New merch dropping. We love Lee, right?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, we do need to find out how to send you some We Love Lee merch. We really want to.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
owed.
talk off pod.
I think I'm owed.
You are 100%.
Oh, yeah. But,
We'll figure that out after we're done recording. But yeah, so we got season 2, episode 16, Sacrifice today. And Ryan, you requested this episode.
mm-hmm.
Now, did you request it because of Ellen Tigh, or was there some other motivation you were thinking about?
Oh, well, I knew Ellen was in it. I thought that would be a nice connective thread, but that's not the main motivator.
Okay.
The main motivator is it's a very interestingly made episode, and it's a big turning point because we lose someone in this. So that's a
Yes.
monumental thing as well. So. But why I picked it will become more obvious as we talk about it, I guess. It's one of those things that's yes. I was looking at season 2, and I'm just like, I want to pick one from what I call the Life of the Colonies episodes of BSG, where there's a stretch of episodes in season 2 where they try to do, what is life like on the colonies? Is there a black market on the colonies? Or, surely the normal people are reacting to all of this Cylon infiltration stuff. Surely that will be worth exploring. And so I find that interesting. There's a stretch of episodes that are what is life like on the colonies and how do our characters react to it? And the answer is not very well.
Truth. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got, I think, at least one more of those before the season's out. And we've had a handful so far.
Mhm.
But, yeah, this is
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about it at the end. I do enjoy this episode. It's kind of a weird one, and there's definitely stuff that is nonsensical to me immediately. But we'll get there when we get there, because we open on Dana Delany.
Can I stop you immediately? Do you guys watch the
Go,
previous? Do you guys watch the previously ons at all?
I do, yes.
Can I talk about that? I don't know if you had
Yes,
opinions
please
on this.
do.
The previously ons
so.
were basically, this episode was here's every scene with Billy. Isn't Billy a great character who totally gets enough screen time to justify being in this previously on? Look at Billy and Dee's relationship. Billy sure loves being alive. I love being alive. My name's Billy, and I sure do love being young and hopeful, and everything's going well for me. I'm Billy, the main character of actually Billystar Galactica. That's the name of the show. It's named after me. It was very funny because obviously I knew what this episode was about, but it just made me laugh because sometimes when you watch previously ons, it gives the game away. You go, okay.
It did a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely had that moment where I turned to Aaron and I was like, I bet Billy's going to die in this one. And I realized as I was watching that previously on, I was very ashamed of myself that we hadn't referred to the relationship as Billy D, like Billy D. Williams. That's their ship
that
name,
would've been
and we didn't do it, and all this time wasted.
Yeah, and it's done now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Billy
Billy
D
D
is over.
do you have a name for their pairing? The Billy and D. Do you have Lee and D? Is it just
I was just calling him D and Lee.
Lee?
yeah,
Lee and
The
D?
problem is they have the same name but with the letter changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could go for a D-Dama. You could just drop the E's and just say LD.
LD.
LD. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
room to work. We'll workshop it.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Lee and D.
Just wait.
Just as a thing. I don't know. I told Jafar in one of the recent episodes, I don't know if it's come out yet. So I will tell you now, Ryan, that I felt like it sort of came out of nowhere. Like it didn't feel.
So did Billy.
Maybe I'm just a Billy. I don't know, but I was like,
we could talk about it, but Ellen Tigh has some opinions on their relationship that I find absolutely fascinating that she brings up in this episode, and I think she hits something right on the nerve there. But we could talk about that when we get there.
I may have missed it, so I would love it if you would share that insight with me. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Dana Delany in the first scene here, a real that gal. As you already mentioned before we even hit the record button, Ryan, a desperate housewife.
She was a desperate housewife. She came in later. She was a later addition, but she was wonderful. She was the gay desperate housewife. Her whole thing is like she finds out that she's gay partway through the show, and you get a marvelous line delivery of her just being, after kissing a woman, just saying, am I gay now? And it's just magnificent. And she's the type of character where her character is exactly like one of the already existing housewives. She's pretty much like Brie. And so what they do with that is they hate each other and they're arch nemesis, but then they become friends. It's frenemies dynamic, and they own like business together. And it's just magnificent to see these two uptight freaks play off each other. But yeah, Dana Delany, she's in so many things. She's a movie actress, as well. And so when she rocks up in BSG, and there's no glory shot of introduction to her. You just hear her muttering to herself, because she's crazy, by the way. In case you didn't pick that up by all of the red yarn on the wall and all of these evil photographs of the crew, and she's just saying everything out loud as she's typing things, because we got to let you know up front that this person's point of view that she gives us throughout the whole episode will mean nothing, because she's actually crazy. You have to make sure we know that up top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people who take hostages, you have to worry about whether or not they're crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, she's got that conspiracy wall, though, with all the strings, and she's vibing out typing. And we see that in her flashbacks, her husband got airlocked at some point, basically decompressed.
Yeah, and it was that thing of, since I haven't watched all of the episodes while listening along with you, but I had that thing of was this a previously established character? No. This isn't a string of episodes where they do that too. It's just hey, Lee has this sex worker girlfriend. Is this previously established?
God. No.
Without getting into it, next week's episode is actually fucking notorious, and make sure to watch the previously on for that one, because it's probably the greatest example of evil the show's ever done. But the show does that. But it's I watch this, I'm am I supposed to know? And the whole episode treats it her poor husband, what a hero he was. It's I don't know who the fuck that guy was, and the episode's not going to tell me. Yeah. And this is all I get.
Yeah.
This is all I get.
Man, I don't think that episode, the episode with the one with the Lees, aired yet, but man, that was so fucking frustrating.
I think it just aired this week.
I
actually.
listened.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The more I think about it, the more upset I get about how important they made that character for 30 seconds just to never give a speaking line. Just it's so fucking.
But we love Lee.
New merch. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sesha is the character's name here, Sesha Abenal. And Sesha has connected that there is another Sharon Valeri who is still alive on the Galactica. There's shadowy photos, and it's all what the hell? A second one.
And she's right. That's the best
She's
part.
right.
The show's hey, conspiracy theorists are fucking right. Have you noticed every time the show brings up the rumor mill is 100% correct, by the way?
I mean, so far, yeah.
Do they not worry? As military officers who rule the fucking humanity, do they not worry about leaking information? The rumor mill's always right about everything. Heck, there was one episode where the rumor mill said, "Oh, I think Cylons could be this," and then an episode or two later, Six was "Yeah, they were right." It's what the fuck? What do they know that fucking Adama doesn't know? You know what? Hire them. Hire the rumor mill. Just have them a part of the payroll at this point. Lucy Lawless isn't doing shit.
I have to think that there are just so many rumors that we don't see because it's not pertinent to the plot that they just dismiss outright that are actually false rumors, because that's the only way to justify.
But they need to do that in the
this
show.
behavior.
They need to demonstrate that in
Yeah.
the show, because
And I want that fucking
episode.
episode.
That would be a fun episode.
Yeah.
Right? Just bad Cylon rumors for an entire episode.
That could have been the one where with the journalist made made her documentary, where you had some of that dispersed in there, but you didn't get that.
Yeah.
You got all of it being correct. I just mentioned that because this character, she's got all the pieces together at the beginning, and you're like, oh shit, she's figured it out, and she's going to come in throughout the episode with like a point, and a lot of her points are like obviously like correct, but they're framed as villainous because she's crazy, and so you shouldn't regard any of it. But it's like, well, she's right. Like, she's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really fun in this episode is like,
I mean, a lot of this,
she knows everything we do now, and
Yeah.
we know she's right.
like, of the episodes that you could have picked, I was really glad you picked this one. Specifically because, to me, this is an incredibly American episode.
Oh boy, is it? Oh boy. I have a whole lot of thoughts about how this one's wrestling with the fact it's both a response to 9/11 fever pitch mania, but also just fully is it. It's very strange. It's a very strange episode.
No, 100%. That's the vibe. And to have that kind of a conversation with someone who didn't grow up in America during 9/11, I'm very interested about your opinions on it.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get there.
Yeah. Sorry, before we leave Sesha really quick, it is believable to me, though, that, like, if we talked in the last episode that hasn't aired yet about, like, how long it's been, because I was getting confused, you know?
Yeah.
And the amount of time that Jafar set out for me, I'm believe it's feasible, because you have these military personnel that are like visiting the black market. You think they're not talking when they do that? Like that something could have gotten out. So, you know, I know that the episode was trying to play up like Sesha's craziness and grief over her husband, but I was also like, yeah, she's just like disseminating the information, you know?
And we have a conversation from Adama a bit later about like disseminating information and like using the press, and he's always about like, no, it's about military assets. It's about, you know, controlling the flow of how everything is controlled in information. And at the end of the episode, it's still like flip-floppy of like, is he right? Well, we lost Billy, so maybe he isn't right. It's like, well, I guess. I don't know.
But also, like, he's like, all this has to be so controlled, but he's also the one having Sharon escorted through the fucking ship all the time.
Right. Yeah.
To his office, to his quarters, instead of going to her in a controlled situation and not walking her in front of whatever fucking school kids happen to be getting a tour through Galactica at that time.
But he has to make his model ship. So he has to have them come to him.
Yeah. Well, and she's going to sickbay all the time, like to get pregnancy checkups. And it's like, why not take Doc Coddle and a machine to her? Like, come on. So interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So as she's putting all this together, the news also hits the fleet radio. Adama, Roslyn, and Billy listen in, and Billy drives this conversation, which Roslyn comments on as soon as they get out of there. And he's got all of this courage. He's really owning the moment, and we see why just after, as he runs off and proposes to Dee.
Big, I now am a strong-willed character, so I obviously won't be around much longer. Energy from our good friend Billy.
Yeah, you can just say R.I.P. here. Like, it is over, Billy D.
What fucking gall.
That
just
scene
puts a ring on her without even asking. Just all like, oh, here's my debate ring on him. She's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Also, that thing has to be huge on her. She is a tiny lady. She's got to have tiny little hands.
Yeah, but the ring looks so small in his hands. So I kind of bought it. I was like, that looks like a little ring. I don't know. It was just one of those things where like, sure. Well, here's the thing. We can't tell because the scene is shot like shit. It's so shaky, handheld. And I laughed. I genuinely laughed at the moment where she is like, oh, I'm not interested, the rebuff, and it does like the snap zoom on Billy's eyes, but it was like so close and it's so shaky, and the intercutting. When you're in the groove of BSG, you get accustomed and you get comfortable, or maybe you don't, with like the handheld zoomy style. But then there are moments where you do question it. Like this whole scene, I'm like, why is it shot like this? Why is this shot like an action scene? It's very obnoxious, and it's supposed to be like a good, moment of these characters kind of back and forth thing. And I just am laughing because of these almost comedically timed zooms that they have in the show. It's very amusing to me.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to be gritty.
Someone took the Black Hawk Down playbook a little too seriously.
She says no immediately.
Yeah.
Just like, Billy, you have fucked up. And then we cut over to Cloud 9, where Dee tells Lee about her day and all of this. He is drinking, I don't know if you caught this, a spicy martini with a fucking Thai chili. Where the fuck
I love the
is
chili
this
pepper martini.
Why are they using chili peppers for martinis and not curry? This is a gross misuse and misappropriation of limited supplies.
Welcome to Cloud 9.
Fair.
It's always doing it.
We're out of olives, so here's what you get. Dee is very pretty.
Yes.
In this scene, she looks beautiful.
She has a nice
dolled
low-cut dress.
all the way up.
And
very good framing.
Lee is just wearing boring clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Not
his
Lee.
board shorts from 2 episodes ago, but
he's wearing clothes that says I will do a Max Payne style action scene later in the show. And good for him. But yeah, she's wearing a lovely dress. Everyone's looking good in this episode because they're in their casual clothes. We see Starbuck later, and she's also in a nice outfit that the Marine just couldn't help but look at, which I found a very amusing acting detail. It wasn't like lingered on too much, but it was just a little like you saw his eyes glance. I'm like, yep.
Yeah,
fair.
Because he's afraid of her. He's not going to look too long.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, it very, very good costuming in this episode. I was very, very pleased. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel chemistry between Lee and Dee, even though she clearly got very dolled up for him. I don't know. Is it just me?
No, not at all. I'm with you. No. I think it's because Lee, I just don't understand what he wants as a character so often, and that applies to his romantic entanglements. And it just goes here and there. And him and Dee in this episode alone, it's mainly to be for Billy's sake rather than the two of them. Mainly the takeaway I get about the relationship and from this episode is how much it affects Billy. And then by the end of the episode, he's willing to help Lee out, even though at the start he probably wouldn't have, but it's because Billy's such a nice guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he has to be this outstanding citizen, so that way we have an emotional impact from killing him later.
Yeah, and also Starbuck having to accept it as well by the end of the episode too. It's mainly about how the other characters are reacting to their relationship rather than how I feel about the actual relationship itself. It's whatever. It's there.
Yeah.
It's done at them, not for them.
Yeah. Speaking of costuming, though, that we were just talking about, I think it's very funny as, we get Ellen Tigh coming in, but we also see Sesha coming in, and she's clearly very shifty. She's making eye contact with some guys in the room. And as we're going to theme, we can see that she's got a gun in her waistband with her crop top jean jacket. You should wear not a crop top if you're hiding a gun in your pants, right?
Yeah, but I like looking at Dana Delany. So, and they know that too. This show's horny. And it's going to do it even if it doesn't matter. This episode doesn't have Boltar in it, so we can't have a routine horn factor in the episode. So we've got to find it in little ways. So
Yeah.
this is one of the little ways. Like you can't hire Dana Delany and not have a little bit of skin shown, and so they did it like this, so that way Lee looks clever later when he also notices. Because I mean, you can't not look. It's Dana Delany. I love the bit where Ellen Tigh like bumps into her, like nearly knocks her over, and Dana Delany like gives like this sheepish look, and Ellen Tigh's like, "I'm Ellen Tigh. I don't give a fuck." She's like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm Ellen Tigh. Who cares? I'm the main character of the show now. Bye." Just beautiful.
I love how she's just like on cloud nine all the time without Saul, just like
She's a
doing
local,
what? I don't
basically.
know.
Yeah.
She lives at the bar.
Love that for her.
Yep. We get this shot of the gun to theme. Survivor count 49,590 during the theme. This is down 3 from last episode. The pilots BB, Riley, and JoJo.
Okay.
He'll be down a lot more by the end of this episode too.
Yeah, there's a few. This one.
Yeah.
So we come back and Lee runs into Ellen at the bar as Billy shows up at the bar as well. And Lee is like just getting the fuck out of there to the point where it's all like he like sees Ellen. He's like, fuck, let me get out of here. He goes back to D. Billy shows up. He's like, fuck, let me get out of here.
Get out of here.
Things are so bad. He goes back to Ellen.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a real rock and a hard place, right? Like, woof.
It's intercut as well between the high drama of Billy and Dee's like relationship falling apart and like them coming to terms with that, and cutting back to the more lackadaisical energy of Lee and Ellen. And I really like that, because this show, especially when Ellen shows up, but this is actually one of the different times where they love cringe. They just show loves. Like last time I was on, we had the whole dinner scene.
Oh, yes. Oh, my.
And this
I'm
show
still cringing.
This show loves to do that. But they're doing it here with Billy and Dee, and it's like very like, oh, you just feel like you're just tightening up from how awkward this is. Like I like Billy, but he comes off like a fucking idiot in this scene. But also Dee doesn't come off great either. But then we cut back to some respite. Ellen and Lee, they're just like drinking. She's got a big drink with like the dry ice in it, and it's blowing his face.
It's like smoking.
It's smoking. She's blowing his face. I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm saved. I'm saved from the very real feeling breakup scene that's happening over there, and you can see in the background it's happening, which is a great little directing detail.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about Billy and how he handled this? Overall.
How he handles it. He blames her for letting him propose. Like, excuse me?
Yeah. Like, you kind of just barreled that train on your own, buddy. Like, you messed that up yourself. Like, own it.
And he's also like, you needed to tell me that you were dating Leah Dahmer. That's actually very important that you needed to tell me that. Which, did she? Like, did she need to tell you that?
I mean, I don't feel like they've had much of a relationship outside of friendship, you know?
Lee and
I don't
Dee?
know. Dee and Lee, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it hasn't seemed like they were actually dating. They
Yeah.
had a very tense moment in a boxing fight, which was like ostensibly work, sort of. You know,
Yeah.
we have to stay fit. We're Galactica. And I can't remember anything else, and I'm not sure if that's just my brain not filing any of this away because it didn't feel good.
We have
or
not
important.
seen anything.
No.
And I mean, obviously the end of this episode leads us to believe that there will be more later. But as of this point, it's been, maybe a little bit of flirty, glary occasionally, because Lee's fucking weird and he likes glaring. That is one of Lee's main character traits. I hope it's the first thing in the character Bible. Lee likes to glare. Son of Commander Adama. Like, it should be that order.
Or pout.
Yeah.
He loves pouting.
He is a pouty boy.
Such a
Yeah.
fucker.
But I guess I can kind of see why Billy would like think that, because she got very dolled up.
I mean,
Lee.
it's
Yeah.
Lee Adama. He comes over with drinks and he has that head bobble like, yeah, I'm here to fuck. Like, of course you would. I have not kept the track of what their relationship was. From just watching this individual episode on its own, a few behind. I thought that they were in a fully committed relationship already, and they just didn't tell Billy. Like, the Billy relationship hadn't ended. Like, she's moved on, but they haven't talked. That's how it feels. So when Billy reacts that way, I understood because, like, look at it. It's just one of those, like, look at it. But then we get Ellen Tigh.
Yes, do talk about Ellen
Yes,
Tigh.
she's trying to bring Lee into the lifestyle here.
She tries to hit on him as usual. She's like, hey, do you want to get some? Because, that's her thing. She wants to fuck everyone. And she's especially wanted to fuck Lee since her first episode. Let's never forget that she put her foot right up there.
That's true. She knows.
She knows. And she has this interesting line where she's basically like, you and I are very similar, where we love people, but we aren't committed. We aren't people who can commit to one love. Like, we dance around and we go to these things. I'm like, yeah, she's kind of nailed you, Lee. Like, wait, what's happened with the Starbuck thing? Like, are you still for her or not? Like, what's happening with you? Like, he's always got some underlying attraction to someone, and then if it doesn't really do it, he kind of flip-flops around. Like, he's a very flip-floppy character, and I like that Ellen's just like, I own that. I'm a non-committal person. I own it. You're a non-committal person. You should own it too. Like, I just think that's a very funny observation for her to have, and the episode doesn't really linger on it, but I think it's very funny because Lee, like, his ideals are very ever-changing depending what script he's in. Like, sometimes he's like very much like, I love being a military boy, and then other times like, no, the military, they can't dictate things like that. I have lots of problems with Lee. He's one of my least favorite characters, but I adore Ellen Tigh just drinking and looking at him, wanting to fuck him, and being like, you can't settle down. I know what that's like. You need to just own that fact, because you'll be happier if you are. I mean, everyone knows that I'm that way, and you just have to accept it after a certain point. And you know what? Go off, Queen. She's got it.
Yeah.
Does everyone know, though? I think there's one person who doesn't know.
No, but it's because they're dumb.
Well, yeah.
She's not making it subtle.
I know, but he's just like willful ignorance for sure.
If he doesn't see it, then it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's all happening on Cloud 9 because that's where she's at all the time. Yeah. So Saul Tigh is fine. And meanwhile, he's drinking and sweating alone in his bunk.
Ugh. Ain't that the truth? Lee sees Sasha's gun here and pulls Ellen to safety, which she completely misreads given the context of their conversation. How much he is not listening to the words that she is telling him. And it's just like when Baltar has two conversations at the same time. It's that exact same writing style, but applied to a conversation that's actually happening, but they're having very different conversations with each other in that moment. And I fucking love it. That's my favorite part of this show, is that double conversation thing. It's my favorite. And they do it here really well with different characters. And it's the best.
I enjoyed it because it's Lee doing something clever. He recognizes a problem. He plays it cool. He does play up the fact like, oh yeah, let's go to the bathroom. Like, he does play it up a bit, but he's in like military man mode. He's like, I've assessed a problem, a threat, a danger. We've got to do this. He only takes her. He walks through so many people. He doesn't like try to like get anyone. Just her. It's just the one.
Too noticeable. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to make it too noticeable.
If you had to pick one person who's going to make this situation worse in that room, it is Ellen.
Facts.
If you can choose to remove one person who might make this more bearable.
And that's when she's like, fuck it. I want to be in the room. I want to make it a problem.
There's a problem out there, but I can be a bigger one.
Don't they know who I am?
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Far out, man.
So,
Ellen Tigh's such a great character. I loved her in this episode. She's so emotional, but also there's just this underlying thing of like, but I'm having a good time. I came out to have a good time, and honestly, I'm feeling so attacked right now. That's Ellen Tigh.
Yep, they get out of there just in time as Sesha and her comrades start their plan. They seal the room. They fire some guns to get everyone corralled by the bar.
No guns in tube. Boo.
No guns in tube. Oh. Fucking Sharon and Adama talk ambushes, but he also throws out that her presence is no longer a secret. If you do not 1,000% trust the enemy agent in the cell, this is the last thing you tell them, because it lets them know that the other Cylons in the fleet know she's there.
Was this the scene where she asks if they know?
Yes.
Because she's pressing
Yes,
it.
it
Like,
is.
it's already like she already knows that they know. She just needs him to tell. Like, I took it as like, you may as well tell her, because if you want to have this relationship work, there needs to be a back and forth. I do think it is understandable that he still does not trust her. I mean, this is the face of someone who shot him earlier, and also she is not willing to give up information. She's still not willing to give up lots of information that's very important. And so it's like, yeah, I can see why you are not going to just be friendly enough, you know?
Yeah.
Guys, what if Sharon got the information out? What if she's the one who wanted it out?
That could be beneficial for her in a number of ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lee finds the whatever his service hatch is called instead of a Jeffries tube. And
One that's big
intends
enough to fit a nice, big, beefy man in it that they can just walk around very easily. That's just there.
Cameras fit in there. It's so convenient.
Oh, Ellen has her huge drink and is just smoking everywhere, and he needs that drink. Like, that's really why Ellen is in this episode at all. Let's be real honest. The only reason she's here is because he needs a doodad that will do a technobabble doodad, and that's why she's here. It's like, because realistically, I want the story to be Ellen, Tigh, and Lee work together as an odd pairing to help save the day, but she immediately leaves, and then she just stands around for the rest of the episode and doesn't really do much, and it's just Lee to do it on his own, basically, when he, like, of the people in the room for the most part, and it's kind of a bummer. Like, I agree. Her to do...
I would have liked Die Hard with the two of them.
Yeah, and she could be, like, someone that, maybe tips the bad guys off that they're in there. Like, I could still have that stuff, but it's basically like she's there to be someone who holds a drink. And it's like, who would have a drink? Oh, Ellen Tigh, let's bring her in. And she's enjoyable, but yeah, he goes in and he, like, finds the magical MacGuffin-y thing and he just, like, pours some drink on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Ellen's main role in this episode after this drink is so that way when they're at the table talking with Adama, Rosalind, and Tigh, Adama can go, my son's in there. And Rosalind can go, my adopted son is in there. And Tigh can go, I'm important too.
Yes.
I have a reason to not negotiate with terrorists, but we're not going to negotiate with terrorists. You have to give it some stakes for him too.
Yeah, we have to make it 3. Even though Dee is also in there, she doesn't have as much of an important dynamic with anyone there.
So, I mean, if it were a democracy between the 3 of them, and it's not, it would be 2 against 1, because Tigh doesn't change his opinion on this at any point. So, Ellen runs out of the room here to let everyone know that they fucked up worse than Billy. Well, Billy earlier in the episode. We'll get to that.
She's like, I am one of the most powerful people on this entire show. I am married to one of the most powerful people, so that means I'm powerful, and you should respect my authority. And everyone just gives, like, the bug eyes to the camera, especially Dana Delany's like, oh no, I should have realized, even though Kate Vernon is just guest star in this episode, I should have realized that she's important. Oh no.
Sesha calls up Galactica with her demands. She wants Sharon delivered in the next 2 hours. He asks who's aboard. Dama asks who's aboard after they're done on their call, who's on Cloud 9. And it's like, well, there's Lee. Pause. Nothing. A half dozen Marines. Pause. Nothing. Oh, and Starbuck's there for R&R. Get me Starbuck. they don't try to get Lee at this point, which is, it's just like Adama has no way of knowing Lee is held hostage.
Yeah, but he doesn't like
Yeah.
Lee very much.
The
Fair.
only one we know is Ellen, right? Because Ellen makes it clear, or they make Ellen do the first phone call.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And she doesn't say anything about Lee. But
Yeah.
why would you let Lee and Starbuck take like recreation off the ship at the same time? They're like two of your best pilots and in
What's
charge of all the piloting.
Yeah, I guess maybe Kat is assistant Kat
Oh,
now.
yeah.
that-
Kat's
now
pretty
that
good.
she's-
That's right.
Now that she's Top Gun.
That's
She's
right.
got that sweet $150 Stein.
I'm sure Hot Dog's really got everything under control while Lee's out and about. I'm the real life son of Edward James Olmos, so I actually am responsible.
Yeah.
I'm the most important person in this show. We get Gaeta telling us that they found out Sesha's the widow of someone who's killed in a Cylon attack 10 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like trying to place this. Maybe it was something that had happened in the show, but I don't think you actually get enough information to be like, oh yeah, it was probably that, you know.
Mhm.
Maybe the internet knows, but
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure someone knows out there. Please write in. What episode was this guy killed in?
Please don't write in.
Let us know. Ronald,
join the
Ronald
Discord.
D.
Tell me your
Moore,
thoughts.
I know you're listening because this show thus far has a pretty successful track record of creators of the show listening to the pod. So please write in. Let us know.
Oh no.
Yikes. Yikes.
I don't want him mad at me too.
Yeah, we love you, Ronnie D. Please don't hate us.
Starbees meets up with 3 Marines here, and Lee gets found out here because
Well, no. He on purposely gets himself found. He has the upper hand. And then he decides, okay, I'm going to knock this guy out. He was hidden. They didn't know where the fuck he was.
That's true, yeah.
And then he decides, like a dumbass, I don't know if this is him 4D chessing it or what. He takes one of them hostage. He's like, hey, give it up, baby. You know, I'm in charge. I'm Lee Adama. You don't want to mess with me. You know who my dad is? This is a lot of Nepo babies in this episode being like, do you know who my daddy is? And then he, for some reason, because he loves D so much, he keeps like, I fucking D during this entire thing. And Dana Delany correctly goes, well, they're obviously together. So fucking aim a gun at her. He's a coward. He won't kill us if we kill her. So fuck it. And then he gives up his gun because he was a dumbass. Isn't he like one of the best trained soldiers in the show? Like, isn't that his thing?
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the best. He doesn't know how to handle any, like, he had the drop. He was being clever, and then he just flushes it away so that we can heighten the stakes. Like, we can raise the stakes.
So we can have an episode, because this episode would be over 20 minutes in if he does exactly what he should have, which is choked out the guy, took the gun, waited for the oxygen sensor to go off and for them to all turn around and start freaking out, pop out the bathroom and just pop, pop, pop. You got it.
Yeah.
Episode over. But that, doesn't lead to Billy dying and
But
Lee
you
getting
could still
shot.
have it like, Starbuck comes in and it disrupts his plans, and you could still have like the messiness. But the problem is you make an episode and you sacrifice character integrity and intelligence for it. That's the issue here. Which
happens multiple times to multiple characters in this episode.
And
It's
yeah. And it's
the end of the episode's supremely frustrating.
It's a shame because Lee was the one given the saddle here to ride and be like the hero and be the one who noticed the thing when no one else did. And for what? For what? So he can pour some drink on a doodad that basically does nothing in the episode. Like, all it does is just make Dana Delany a little bit more mad. Just a little bit more mad. Not even a whole bunch more mad. Just a little. It's not like she kills someone over it. She threatens to kill someone over it. Like, so what? What's the difference to what it was like 5 minutes ago? Other than you made Lee insufferably dumb.
Yeah. Is this us, or is this the show wanting us to think that Lee's got all those principles and whatever, so he couldn't kill that guy?
That or, damn, Lee's love for D is so true that it undermines his ability as a wonderful soldier who could save the day. Because he can't help but keep looking at her. when he's like he's in charge of the situation. He basically has de-escalated this situation, and he just can't help but keep looking at Dee with loving eyes, and then that gives them away. Like, is that what they're going for?
Yeah,
Don't know.
I just can't. I can't with this. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, I can't. Lee's talking with them, and the oxygen trap goes off, so that all the alarms are going off. Sasha thinks it's a trap, and then Lee's all like, I don't know, dummy. You fired a gun in a spaceship. That's a bad idea. My brother in Valen. Lee, you have fired more guns in spaceships than anyone on the show.
Mm-hmm. So he knows
Yes.
better than anyone else how dangerous it is.
I was just glad the show acknowledged it, because we've been saying for I don't know how many episodes now. Oh my God, all these guns in the tube, and the show went, yeah.
You really
Shut up, Laura.
Yeah, you really miss the days of Babylon 5, don't you? Where they had like their very specific type of guns designed because if you fired a real gun in a ship, it would do damage. Like, yeah, you kind of go, oh, you know what? Maybe the PPGs were cool, even though they were little guns.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best part of the Netflix Cowboy Bebop.
That and when it ended.
Roasted.
I really liked that. Anyways, Papa Dama here is talking to Starbees. There are more Marines on the way, but she calls to let him know. Oh, wait. Fuck.
Can we talk about the Marines' shirts?
Can we talk about all
Yeah.
of the outfits in this as forever and always?
Yeah.
I think all of the Marines are wearing Hawaiian shirts. Like Jafari, you have not. It's not quite a Hawaiian shirt, but it's got tropical vibes on.
I'm wearing my oranges shirt. This is my gay pirate shirt.
Uh-huh.
If you're unaware of the Our Flag Means Death fandom, this is the unofficial crew uniform from a couple years ago.
Okay. Yeah. They're rocking that sort of vibe, all of these
Yeah.
Marines. And I just love it. I love that, like, we can't go to like a beach planet anymore because we're on the run and all that, but we're gonna still beach it up on Cloud 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have that already packed with them when the event of the
Right.
Cataclysm of Humanity went off, or was there like a really, really successful clothes shop at Cloud9 right now that's acing it? They're like, yes.
Or these black market shirts. Did you have to go to the black market to get these?
Yeah, where's
They
Garrick?
actually just raided my wardrobe from when I worked at the produce place.
I can't wait, not to spoil anything, but, I can't wait when the series finale is going to be a Life on a Colony episode, and it's about the tailor of Battlestar Galactica and, like, all the different outfits they make for Adama and Lee and Rosalind, and, like, he's just constantly like, oh, God, I've got to make sure they don't have pockets in their pants. I got to make sure of that for realism.
Starbees and Adama talk. She calls to let him know that Lee's captured. He's unmoved. If they die, they die. It's all like, we can't negotiate with these terrorists. So
Yeah.
Sasha doesn't bite when Adama tells her why she feels the way she does, and instead just continues to demand the oxygen line be repaired.
Well, you say she doesn't bite. She openly weeps and is like, I'm not crazy. Now do what I say. That's the same as biting. Like, he has rattled her. We, the audience, can see it, and he can hear it. Like, he knows it's working.
Yeah.
She says one thing, but it's clearly the other. She has this giant speech where she basically nails down the entire show, where she's like, you stupid fucks. You have been infiltrated from top to bottom. Are you not worried about, like, just one day a Cylon just taking control of a nuclear device and fucking killing us all? Like, she just, like, fucking hammers in the thing. And you're working with these people? What for? You know that they basically killed our entire species? I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, they killed my husband. Yeah, that's someone else they killed. Like, she's got it down pat. But the show also wants you to be like, nah, but aren't Cylons all right, though? A little bit. Don't you feel like one of them's pregnant? Isn't that very empathetic? Isn't that very, doesn't that warm your heart? Because she's a mum to be.
Yeah.
Isn't that emotional?
I can't wait for, I think it's 2 episodes from now.
Yeah, there was definitely a moment in Adama talking to Sharon where she's like, oh, the baby's kicking. And I was just like, Sharon keeps doing like a useful, helpful thing and then a very clearly manipulative thing in the same episode. And I'm like, oh, I can't get behind it because of the thing you just did.
Well,
Like,
that's been her
stop it.
character from the beginning. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
But how much of it is the show wants you to believe that she had been humanized and evolved from that because she genuinely fell in love with Hilo? And how much of it is they are playing in the fact that you can't tell which it is? I don't know, because we never got to see her and Hilo's relationship in season 1, because all they got to do was climb a ladder and, do jack shit in season 1. So I can't buy that
They
in
ran
love.
through that sewer.
Yeah.
They ran through a sewer. Yeah.
I can't
They
believe
hung out in a barn.
But it is that thing, like, the show does bank on a lot of these things. Like, you just have to naturally fill in certain things. Like, I hate that Dana Delany is given this big speech. She's completely correct, but she's being portrayed as she's no longer just a grieving person. She's no longer just a terrorist, but she's hysterical. And we don't really have to take any value in anything she believes in. And I hate that because although, yeah, she's a terrorist and she's a bad guy, I don't like how this show often will have, like, anyone who's a voice of resistance or opposition to our glorious characters who are the establishment. They're probably villains. Zarek, he's a villainous guy because anytime he says normal things, he gives an evil smirk and the music plays sinisterly and, like, he's rubbing his hands together. But what he says is normal. He's like, we should have democracy. Ooh, democracy. Ooh. I'm evil.
Oh my God, that's America though now. Like,
Right, yeah.
And this
It was
episode
America then and it's America now.
This episode is taking what is a hostage situation and escalating into a terrorist situation, very much so. Like, she's here with a political agenda. It's not just like, oh, I'm doing Die Hard where I'm robbing this place. Like, she has a political agenda in mind. But the episode doesn't actually want to tap into what that is. Because if you did, it would make you question more about our main characters, and they are the establishment that's in charge. And we can only have it be questioned when other members of the establishment question it, because all of the main characters in BSG are power. None of them are just regular, normal people. There's not many blue-collar folks in this show. They're all the elite. They're all the best of the best. Even Billy, who's like a normal guy, he's basically the press secretary of...
yeah.
And isn't it weird that Dana Delany doesn't recognize that? Like, if you're her, wouldn't you immediately go, oh, that's like the right hand of the president? Right there.
Yeah.
I wondered the same thing. Yeah, I was like, she's all freaking out about Ellen Tigh, and it's like, does nobody see that Billy is always standing behind Rosalind in the broadcast or whatever? Like, what?
But that's I think the ultimate failure of these Life of the Colony episodes is they on purposely in this show wanted to humanize people outside of our elite echelon of people, but they just don't know how to do it very much in this. I feel like you can feel the remnants of being Star Trek writers, because Star Trek are always following like military officer type people, often, not always. DS9 had its fair share, but like I feel like this show is guilty of that. It's like they know how to write Daddy Adama military man, but they don't know how to write just like normal people who aren't that. Like what do they feel about things? And it's like either they're dumb, insane, zealots, infuriatingly incompetent, or it doesn't matter what they think. And yet this episode does bring you stuff, and it's like, well, you shouldn't take it seriously because she's just hysterical and crazy because she's a woman who misses her husband, and anything she said about the establishment doesn't matter because she's wrong. It's like,
Yep.
Where's my Bo and Mac episode?
where's your
Bo
phone
and
Mac?
Tigh takes a real hard line that they can't negotiate with terrorists, but also, Adama, you've gotten a little too close to Sharon.
Yeah.
Just like, I'll tell you this and not the terrorists that they're right, but they might have a point here.
She's a fracking Cylon.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good impression.
Yeah.
He's got a point though, right? Like, is Adama too in league with Sharon? Like, is he losing objectivity here? Is he... Because he keeps justifying it by being like, well, military-wise, it's justified what I'm doing, and everything that I'm doing here is on a military level wise. And then we have Tigh, who's also a military person, saying, well, I disagree.
Yeah, I don't like it, bro.
We cut over to Starbuck, who volunteers to play repairman
Of course.
after Lee's work has proven to be useful. They do know that the O2 is fine and that it's just a sensor issue. They have that confirmed, so they don't have any actual danger.
And they're sure it was Lee, because only
yeah.
Lee's mind could come up with this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we all know Billy's fucking useless.
It would have been marvelous if it was actually Ellen. I came up with it.
See, that's the episode we need. We need them buddying up with it, and then Ellen being like, "Oh, let me put my drink under here."
Nothing can't be solved with a spicy mug. Like, yeah, that's what she's all about. She's just like, nothing, everything can be solved with a margarita. And she just dances her way through. Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of coming around on Ellen Tigh.
As you should.
Starbuck gets halfway across the room when they're like, wait, we should check that toolbox again. Surprise, double pistols.
Yeah, who was looking at the box too much? Somebody was looking at the box too much. Was it Lee?
Probably Lee.
That's why they noticed it. Somebody was looking at it too much.
He mistook it for D, and he just kept looking at it. Yeah.
The box was actually in the same dress D was wearing.
No, wait.
It was a big faux pas.
I wrote that it was Ellen, that Ellen was looking at the box too much.
Yeah, she saw a long tool in there and just got happy.
And this is like, well, this doesn't seem to be working out with Lee tonight, so.
Have you got something that vibrates in that toolbox? That's Ellen. She's constantly thinking about, like, what can I use for my own pleasure? Ah, what a queen. Love her.
So Starbuck shoots somebody. She takes out one of the goons. The goons take out two of the Marines, and then Starbuck fucking shoots Lee in the chaos.
Starbies.
Oh.
Starbies. She's supposed to be the sniper, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If Lee dies in this episode instead of
wouldn't
Billy.
that be the twist? Lee dies and Billy's fine.
Yeah. What kind of fallout would we have? Because I have a feeling there's going to be some sort of fallout from mommy's adopted son dying. So what if daddy's real son had died? I don't know.
Sasha closes the door as Starbuck and the surviving Marine make it out. Dee rushes to Lee, and even Billy helps out here. My notes say real linear incel energy.
I don't know.
I thought it was genuine.
It feels real because he doesn't just immediately go over there. Like, he is, like, having people point guns at him, and, like, he slowly stands up and is like, hey, I didn't tell you to stand up. I love that line delivery. That was such a good line delivery. The guy just said it so bad. Hey, I didn't tell you to stand up, buddy. And just... Billy does the ultimate thing. This is how you know he's not going to be around any longer, because he actually has points of view that make sense. And that he has strong convictions, when usually he's a very meek man. He's just like, hey, do you know what the fuck's going to go on if that guy dies? So I'm going to go over there. And just Dana Delany's just like, yeah, he's correct. You should do that.
Yeah.
So he goes
He said it really convincingly. Yeah.
Yeah. I read the moment of hesitation, not necessarily related to the gun on him, which I probably should have. In retrospect, as you bring it up, it makes a lot more sense. And more of a, do I want to do this?
No, I didn't take it.
If they did do that, they didn't have enough groundwork for it to even make much sense, other than, like, boys be jealous, which sucks. Like, the linear thing, as much as we don't like it, that was like 5 seasons of like, well, you know, that's a thing that exists.
Yeah.
This would be like, hey, by the way, Billy just found out 2 scenes ago, and now he would do this. Would be fucking wild.
Yeah. And I mean, I think he has respected Lee, but up until, he sort of had this bombshell dropped on him. Like, he saw Lee make some decisions and stand against his father and stand with Rosalind on things that were difficult. Billy was there the whole time. Like, I think he does have some respect for the man. And so, I read it as very genuine.
Starbies tells Papadamo that Lee's been hit and she thinks it was her. Dee and Billy try to save Lee. As Adama talks to Sharon, she admits she won't turn over any Cylons in the fleet.
I mean, if she hadn't until now, like, what do you think she's going to change her mind now? I don't know.
Well, he might not have asked. I would think that would be the first thing you would ask. But the way he phrases it is like, if I were to ask, would you tell me? Which implies that he hasn't asked, which is also fucking weird.
Yeah, but I get it though. But at the same time, I took it very much as that was his ultimatum. Like, okay, you want to say that we are in a trusting relationship? Would you tell me? No, I wouldn't. Okay, that's where we are then. Like, he puts it on
Yeah.
her, like, you're the one that's halting the dynamic here, so fuck you. Great move on his part. Like, just, he's got, he's big dicking her. That's what he's doing. He's just, I'm big dicking you. I'm Daddy Adama. Do you know who I am? A lot of do you know who I am in this episode. I love the scene of Starbuck talking on the radio about how she shot Lee and that it was friendly fire. I thought it was the standout scene of the episode. I thought the acting was great. I thought it was a nice kind of like almost guilt trip callback to like how she's already killed one Adama previously. She's felt, like she's felt responsible for that in the past. So like you could just see it in the acting. They don't make an explicit line, but if you think about her character, like if she killed Lee, that would fucking destroy her. So I thought she gave a really great performance, and it's such a shame because like on paper, this moment that would be a standout in like or a great episode, but it's in amongst a really messy episode, and you just have to remember, oh yeah, there was that episode where Billy died and Dana Delany was there, and that was the episode too where they kind of have like this really great acting moment where they kind of play on the fact that like Starbuck would feel guilty if she killed Lee because she's already had guilt about being responsible for an Adama death in the past. So, but it's like, it's in this episode. It's in this one.
It's in this one.
Shame.
And I haven't watched the next one yet, but I don't think the story lingers on this for long enough. If it goes down at the speed I remember going it down, but it's been a while, so I might be misremembering. We'll talk about it next episode if that's the case.
I mean, having seen like the weirdness of the ladies in their treatment in Black Market, I would totally believe you if you're like, yep, this never comes up again.
Rosalind and Adama talk about Sesha's manifesto that has been sent out to the press, conspiracy theories about Cylons in the military, and Tigh is so fucking dismissive about how there could not possibly be any Cylons in the military for a guy that watched one of his crew shoot his best friend. Like, how can he, of all people, say this?
Great question, huh?
Right?
Like, I don't have an answer for you. It is mystifying. My jaw hit the floor at that. I was like, wait, what? Him of all people. Of all people. Like, if it was Gator, perhaps, or if, like any...
Even Adama.
Because he's kind of, like, had this emotional journey with, like, how he feels about Cylons, even though he got shot by one. Like, he's had that moment, like, where he connected with the dead body of Sharon, which comes back up in this episode. Like, even though, like, you have that. What has Tigh had? That nothing.
Vitriol.
Yeah, vitriol. He hates... He said she's a fracking Cylon, like a Senago. Yeah. Why is he like, wow, it's
it. And he still hasn't gotten to she. It's a fracking Cylon.
It's a Cylon. Why would he have doubts about if they're... Why isn't he more conspiratorial as like an offset to Adama and Rosalind, who seem pretty lax? I know they're still worried about it, but like in comparison, he should be the guy who's a lot more like, we should really look into this. Why the fuck did we trust that Boltar motherfucker? He did that once in the show, like early on. He was early on this season. He's like, fucking Boltar. Now it's like, whatever.
Yeah, because we know at this point that the Cylon detector didn't fucking work. So all the people that we've cleared in Galactica, like, not cleared. Like, So he should be more worried about this, but I think he can't face it. I think he like can't accept that he could be vulnerable in this way. Like,
he almost gets there. He says, "What if the terrorists are right?" Which for 2006 America,
big
push.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I was completely aghast that this line was on television at this time. And I mean, I was watching this show at the time, and it just went right over at the time, because I feel like I would have really staked out for this in particular back then.
Are we the baddies?
Sesha calls to kill a few more people, but Adama acquiesces and crosses that negotiating with terrorists line. And I think I've gone on this rant before when we did our Babylon 5 coverage, the whole negotiating with terrorists line. But I'm just going to take a minute to remind everyone that this comes from, we do not negotiate with terrorists. This is Ronald Reagan.
Right.
This is 1980s America. And lest we forget, fucking Ronnie Reagan here, who famously negotiated with terrorists to help get himself elected in the fucking first place. Fucking drives me fucking wild that, like, they call it the Reagan doctrine, this no negotiating with terrorists thing. And he's the one who fucking delayed the release of the Iranian hostages during his election against Jimmy Carter to weaken his position and help him win that fucking election. I'm not going to get into it anymore. If I didn't get into this heavily last time, Google the October surprise, y'all. Just go dig in. I'd say have fun, but you're just going to get angry.
Right.
But that's the thing about a lot of American media, especially from this time, is it doesn't understand the complexities of what you're saying. It takes it at the face value of like, yeah, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Terrorists are bad. And they're evil, and there's no point of value in anything ever said by terrorists at all, ever. Terror, war on terror, all of that. The BSG stuff, like, that's what's interesting to me about watching it. Not only not being American, but also just rewatching it in a modern lens as well, of like how well and how poorly it handles being this 9/11 era show, because like you look at its counterparts like Stargate, how it started to shift, or Star Trek with Enterprise, as well as like obvious shows like 24 and things like that. Like, how was American media responding to it? And what annoys me about something like this is there's this air of like, we're above it because we're intellectual. Like, we aren't falling into the trap because we're really smart. And are they smart enough to not fall into the same fever pitch mentality that was very much gripping the nation and the world at that time? Are they? I don't know. There are many times where I go, I don't think you are, but their show does have this sense of like, well, we're smart people who are writing this, and we're commenting on things. We say we don't negotiate with terrorists, aren't we perhaps meaning it not in the true sense? And it's like, yeah, but I don't believe you sometimes, show. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels patronizing, for sure. Especially given they say they don't do the thing because then they'll have to do the thing. And then they're like, well, we're going to do it, but I'm going to trick ya.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to be sneaky.
Yeah. And it's just like, this does feel, you brought up 24. This feels very Jack Bowery to me. This feels like this little, we'll send over the wrong body, the whole switcheroo thing feels very 24 to me. But yeah, so that's exactly what happens. Dom is all like, fine, I'm going to send over Sharon's body because you're right. I've been betrayed and I'm going to go kill her right now. You don't get to do that. I get to do that because I'm the one that's being toyed with.
Well, and I mean, I think he's got a good point, though, like that if I send her to you, she's too dangerous for you. Like, you're not going to be able to kill her because these Cylons are like super strong and super fast and shit. So, like, what is Sesha going to do with that? Like, she's got her husband's brother, I think, and then some other guy. Like, what are you guys going to do with a fracking Cylon?
We haven't even mentioned, but like one of the guys she has is like the clearly, geez, I don't believe in what we're doing. I'm constantly sweating and I'm hunched over all the time because I'm a piss weak ant. That also undermines the point that we're not here for any actual ideological reasons. We just miss this one dude that we, the audience, will never know who that guy was. So why should I care?
He's like the shaky gun guy.
Yeah, shaky. Oh, jeez, Scoob. Yeah.
Yeah. So they send over the body, and of course it's fucking Boomer. And part of me believes Session knew immediately that it was Boomer.
Yeah, but she's like plays it so dumb.
Well, I think she's supposed to be caught up in the emotion of finally getting to like avenge her husband because that's the crazy card they've been playing the entire time.
This body is so dead.
So dumb. It's so dead.
It's months dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's a Cylon and whatever, but maybe they look less dead at months dead.
They stink less?
Frozen in the morguish, maybe. Yeah. They might stink less. It's clearly been drained of blood because, one, you can tell, but also, like, when she shoots the body, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 2 little holes and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I feel like she has to know, because even Goon Squad over here is just all like, oh, well, that's clearly a months-old body. What the hell?
They've done an
And-
autopsy on it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, right? Like, when did they have time to do this?
My thing, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I think she knows, and she just can't. She just has to accept that this is the closest she's going to get,
Yeah.
and she takes the opportunity.
If anyone should know, it's Dana Delany, star of Body of Proof, a crime show in which she played a mortician. Anyone should know it's Dana Delany. This is a very dead body that's already been autopsied.
in
If
the
anyone,
notes,
it's Dana.
at the beginning of the fucking episode, in the notes, it's Sharon dies, another Sharon shows up, there's 2 Sharons, it's a Cylon, and like, it's literally on the fucking board.
This is
Like,
this is the
has to know.
This is the frustration. On paper, you can see why this episode got made. There's a lot of like, oh, if you wrote it a certain way, this would be a really engaging, enthralling, white-knuckled affair. But they sacrifice lots of integrity and the intelligence, as mentioned before, of characters new and old to get to the end point that they need to get to. And so here we are talking about this stuff, but let's be real, the writers never thought about this. They just were like, Adama does a clever thing. What's that? He just uses the old body. We can bring that back in. That's it.
Yeah.
That's where it ends.
Well, that's almost where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
They bring the body in. Of course, it's Boomer, the 2 bullets, etc., etc. Billy, when they realize what's going on, Marines are moving into position. Billy sees everything that's about to go down. He pulls a gun and tries to shoot someone to save Dee. As the Marines kill all the terrorists, Billy gets shot. And then as a medic runs in, Adama actively pulls the medic who is heading towards Billy to come save Lee.
That's his son.
I don't know if anyone else caught that, but it's kind of in the bag. I don't know how, if I'm reading into it too much, but Adama's all like, medic here now, as they were on their way towards Billy.
It's this interesting choice acting-wise or direction-wise is Edward James Olmos, he never looks at Billy's dead body throughout this episode.
Yeah.
He never looks at it. He always goes back turned. Even in this moment, it's never, he never interacts. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they're trying to go for with that, but it is something I noticed because it was just like, this feels very specific. They're making a choice here, and I noticed that too. I like the shot of Dana Delany. Unfortunately, does not make it to the end of this episode. She gets killed. Sad about that. Wouldn't she have been a great guest recurring star? But
Throw her in the brig with Sharon.
she had to be. Yeah, she had to be on Desperate Housewives.
she could have been.
Yeah. Oh, Winky, yeah. But her body is shot and she's laying on top of the corpse of Boomer, and it's like this glorious shot of like, do you see? She died and she's on top of the person that she kind of wanted to kill. A little bit of dramatic irony there. And it just kind of moves on, and I'm like, sure.
We'll linger here for exactly 10 seconds and then move on. I mean, they had to give Mary McDonald time here in the morgue to earn her Women's Image Network Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series 2006. So...
It is. I think it's very good.
No, she legit won an award. Like, that's not me being pedantic. That's a thing that happened. She did win an award for this season of Battlestar Galactica, and I do think this scene's part of it. They're in the morgue, and Adama's over Sharon, and she's standing over Billy and was attending to Billy.
She does the little thing with like a lock of his hair.
Yeah. Yeah, fixes his hair one last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he said it was a calculated risk. Another very loaded phrase,
Yeah,
That's how they've
especially-
justified so many things in the past. Like, there was this brilliant moment where Dana Delaney's like, oh, Lee wouldn't actually pull the trigger. Like, bitch, Lee has taken a calculated risk in, like, one of the first episodes where he let possibly many people die. So,
Yeah.
Lee's capable. But,
Yeah.
Adama says it was a calculated risk, and Rosalind doesn't think it was worth it.
She says it wasn't worth it. Aw.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, are we turning around on some of these ideas that we had? Yeah. Just when Billy like grew up, because like he managed to get the gun from the shaky goon, and you think about like Billy, who was terrified trying to hold the gun when we were being chased through the hall by Cylons, and fucks it up. And instead he like wrestles this goon for his gun and gets it. And
he does take out the other guy. That guy also takes Billy out. Like, it's they take each other out, but he
Mutually
does
assured.
successfully get the other guy too. And he does save people, but he dies himself. I really love the simplicity of this scene as well. Like, very little is said. Like, the line that, she says as well of like, he was young. He was so
Yes.
young.
Yeah.
And that's just like the break in her voice, and you just feel it. You're like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And he was originally like what, the secretary for the Secretary of Education, right? He was just like
Yeah.
her assistant. Wow. So young and just so like not originally prepared for any of this. Any of it.
Mm-hmm. We get 2 shots before this episode ends. We get one of D at Lee's bedside as he wakes up for a moment. Starbuck is lurking in the background here.
Yeah, go away, Starbuck.
But-
I mean, she did shoot Lee. She knows she shot Lee.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. She sees, I want to see if Lee's okay, but then she sees, oh no, Lee's in love.
Yeah.
No.
And then she's just slinks out of the room all sad, like, I'm like, whatever.
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Do we
this
not
is
care
a
about
thing.
Anders right now?
Yeah.
Uh,
We forgot about Anders
fuck,
again
I forgot
for a
about
moment.
Anders. How can I forget about Anders? Oh, every scene should have been characters asking, "Where's Hilo?" and Anders during it. Like, where's Hilo? Where's Anders? The 2 most interesting characters of the show. Where, Ellen Tigh should have been like, "Where's my beefcakes?"
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
we
I
needed
think-
Hilo there.
I think Hilo would have something very interesting perspective-wise to add to the conversations in CNC where they're like, they want what? No, we don't negotiate with terrorists, and to take the hard line for the opposite reason of everyone else in the room.
No. I want Hilo on Cloud 9 with Sesha.
Yes,
That's what
I've
I
seen that.
want.
Yep.
Yeah.
she's
I
like,
want him
"I-
in that room.
Yeah, because she wants to kill his baby mama. So
Yeah.
what's his opinion on that? And his opinion would be like, "Gosh, that's not good. I'm Hilo. That's not good. Don't do that."
And then
But speaking
right
of
before
Sharon,
credits, we get one shot of Sharon laying in the bed, mimicking the corpse of Boomer. Yeah, and that's the episode.
Very ominous. Like, they frame it
Yes.
very ominous. But then they have this choice of it fades to white
Instead of black.
Mm.
Yeah.
on her face.
Like-
Like this very
like
angelic.
the white sheet you cover
image.
the corpse with, or
Yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe. I took it as, like, again,
Maybe.
like the religiosity of the show. It felt very angelic, like very divine, like, ooh, and the music, how the music is in this show.
spooky.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But she doesn't look
Very Mercury.
thrilled.
No, it was very
No.
creepy. I was like, uh-oh. See,
And you see the prominence of her bump as well. As, like, they linger on that too. Like, that is something there. There's something to that image there. I don't know what, but it does hit you. Like, okay, they're mimicking the dead body of the other one, but this one's pregnant and and they're alive. But I don't know. It is effective, but choices were made in this episode. Lots of choices were made.
yes. And I find it so interesting these last couple of episodes where we have the actual bump, considering for so long I was like, she's not pregnant. Like, no. And now we're like really progressing with it. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm supposed to buy into it now. Yeah. I don't know if we're getting a baby out of this, though. I just don't know. And where was Gaius Baltar this episode? He's pretty invested in that baby.
He's
Like,
probably masturbating.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
He's probably
God, he
wanking,
sucks.
sweating profusely,
Sweating
pulling
and
at his
wanking.
collar.
Sweating
Yeah.
so much.
Buggy eyes.
Buggy
Yeah.
eyes, yeah.
So that's the episode. On a scale of 1 to 12, how do we feel about this one?
Guests get to go first.
That's
so.
the rule.
1 to 12.
1 to 12 colonies is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we're rating this on.
4?
A 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not... because it has the potential to be better. But it
Yeah.
whiffs it so much, and it's very messy in terms of how it handles the characters, but also like the messaging and the themes. And like this show wants to tackle these very deep themes, and it wants to talk about the political state of the world within the show and within the real world, but then it also doesn't want to, and it feels very disingenuous to me. I loathe the fact that it makes characters do dumb things so we get to dumb places, but also, like I said, the Dana Delany's here. She's a good actress. She's well like cast in this role, but it's also like a thankless role. It's just like, and the villain this week is a terrorist, and you're like, okay, that'll be interesting. Actually, it's just a hysterical woman who's grieving for her husband, and that's it. It's like, okay. Oh, Billy died. Oh, Billy died?
Yeah.
In that episode? To a nothing plot? That like, it's just very strange. Like when a main character dies in a show, often they're usually like a big event thing, or like they mean more. There's something more hefty to them. But let's be real. When you get to the end of the season, will you think of this episode as one of the big ones of the season? Probably not. Other than Billy dies in it. That's about it. Like it's that choice, and the rest of it is there.
Yeah.
I think one of the rating systems I used to kind of figure out things when we were doing Babylon 5 was like, if we can rewrite a bunch of things and it becomes more interesting in our head, then I don't know, maybe it's not a very good episode. Those were usually like our Babylon 1s and 2s and whatever. And I feel bad because I have been like just up at the top of this whole rating scale the whole time. And I think I gave my lowest this week at a 7 for Black Market.
7.
I know.
So high.
Yeah. But I felt it feels weird. But I certainly don't think I think I'll give this a 7 because I know that's the same as Black Market. Black Market was not as good as this one. I don't know. If I could it's weird when you haven't seen the whole series yet. It's hard to rate everything.
Fair enough.
Because you don't know like the context of what's coming. But yeah, I throughout this episode, you suggested, what if we have the buddy movie with Ellen and Lee like doing some shenanigans on these hijackers or these hostage takers? What if we put Hilo in that room? Like those things sound very interesting to me. So I just can't give it much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is definitely a better episode than Black Market, but not by much. I think I put Black Market at a 4.
You did, yes.
I think I'm going to throw this at a 5.5. We'll say 6. I want space in between them for something later.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll say 6. Okay. Well, that's the episode. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us. Why don't you tell the lovely people listening where they can find more of your
Stuff.
I was going to say rambling, but stuff's a nice
Wow,
word.
you halted. Look, I have conspiracies that are also factually correct. Over on YumYum.
I can see your conspiracy wall behind you there.
Yeah, it's all there. What you can't see is all the pictures of you guys with red yarn attached, and it's just like pictures of JMS and Ronald D. Moore and Gary Cole and like, all of these people. Peter Woodward, all of them. But my wife, Rachel, and I, we have a podcast called YumYum Podcast, in which we talk about science fiction television, very much like you guys. We have rewatched some shows like Babylon 5. We have gone through shows for the first time like The Expanse. We cover Star Trek Discovery. We did all of that. We've had you guys on as guests at several points during the podcast. So there are episodes with both of you on, and those are very delightful. There are certain episodes it's like, oh boy, if we could record it again, wouldn't that be fun? Day of the Dead. But we are currently going through Killjoys, the science fiction series that follows a bunch of rogues and bounty hunters as they stumble across a larger intergalactic conspiracy. And it's very fun, very enjoyable, lots of insane character actors, Canadians, and like lots of very over-the-top action, and it's a show that looks like it isn't as good as it is. Like, it's one of those ones where it's very, like, there's a lot of deception of, like, oh, it looks like it's just a schlocky show, but then it gets a little bit more complicated, a little bit more, and then before you know it, you're like, holy shit, this is a really complex show. So we're watching that and talking about that at the moment. So YumYum Podcast, available on all of the podcasting sites around. You can find us.
Love it.
Thanks again for joining us, Ryan. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Always really enjoy your perspective on things, and you also
definitely
make me more critical of the episode that I'm watching
every
single time. I probably should be, but maybe I'm just a sucker for enjoying TV sometimes.
That's your fault.
It's a character flaw.
Look, my goal is to come onto this podcast and convince everyone that Ellen Tigh is just a magnificently fun character that brings joy every time she appears on the screen and doesn't deserve the hate. And
look, she didn't bother me this time, and I'm starting to like come around to the fact that like
give it time.
Well, so some of these things that I have with Ellen Tigh, it's more about like these things usually are. It's more about me than it is about Ellen Tigh. It's like I'm dealing with some like baggage of societal expectations of women of a certain age and things like that. And so like I'm working through some shit by watching Ellen Tigh. It's very interesting over here.
And then meanwhile you have like Gaius Baltar and Lee Adama popping up on the screen being like, we're dickheads too. Pay attention to us. Bing bong.
Right. You are dickheads.
Love this show. Thank you for being here.
We got a little bit of that next episode. We got season 2, episode 17, The Captain's Hand. Apollo assists in the search for a missing Raptor team as the new commander of the Pegasus grows increasingly unstable.
Oh no, not another unstable person in charge of the Pegasus.
Just wait.
Okay.
Interesting episode.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it.
I'm really like, I don't want to like set expectations at any level. I will be dealing with the next episode to get to episode 18 of this season because it's the one I have been waiting to have a conversation with you with, Laura, for probably 6 months.
Wow. Okay. I'm excited.
No pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Pegasus, but well, we'll get there. Anyways, before we do get there, we of course have to say a couple of thank yous. Hey, Jeremy Siegel, jeremysiegel42.bandcamp.com. Thank you so much for composing our theme music. We appreciate the hell out of it, and we appreciate the hell out of you.
Yeah, and we appreciate the hell out of our podcast artwork by Angry Duck Time Machine on Instagram.
Yeah. Aaron, thanks so much for editing this podcast. It's a thankless job because I don't say thank you enough. So here's one more for the record books. Thank you.
It's a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it.
I mean, probably.
Hey, listener, if you want to thank Aaron, just come on over to the Discord. He's there.
It's true.
He'll see your thank you, and he'll have a little smile. I know he will.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hop on over to the Discord, join the conversation over there. If you feel like leaving a 5-star rating or just sharing the podcast with your friends, we appreciate all that too.
We do, yeah.
Thanks for choosing to spend an hour, 20 minutes or so with us, whatever this ends up being. And we'll see you next week, Internet.
Bye.
Bye.